Welcome to episode 1 of the Plus Size Peddler. Come with me as I take you on my cycling escapade while adding life and quality to your years. Don't ask how, just ask why. Get your butt up off the couch and join myself and a soon-to-be nationwide community of older and heavier people who want to have fun, get fit, meet some friends while riding a bicycle. Follow me.
Who's Derek?
My name's Derek. I'm the Plus Size Peddler, and let's get straight to it. I started this channel for one reason and one reason only. I am a 53-year-old man. I'm about 6'4". I'm in excess of 300 pounds. I have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I have gout. I have a fake hip. And I realized that I didn't see a lot of people in their 60s and 70s and 80s that had those same conditions. And I wanted to make a change. About 15 years ago, I used to ride a bicycle. I used to ride my bicycle probably 100+ miles a week. I used to lead a group ride for one of the local bike shops. I loved it. I was always on my bicycle. I was in the best shape of my adult life. What happened is I became a father, became a husband, and I got my dad bod, and I got lazy, and I came up with excuses, and I picked up 80+ pounds. Just crazy. I picked up that much weight.
And nothing like that will ever happen again.
But I knew that every day I needed to do something different, but I kept coming up with excuses. And maybe my life is different. Maybe it's not like yours, but I would wake up as late as I could to be able to jump up out the bed.
You should get out of bed earlier.
Do the 3 S's, grab me some crappy breakfast, drive in rush hour traffic, drive to work, eat a crappy lunch, finish working, probably want to take a nap around 1 or 1:30, start yawning and everything else, fight rush hour traffic, fight it all the way back home, and get on the couch, start scrolling through my phone, looking at crazy stuff, watching TV, maybe eat a crappy dinner, knowing I need to go for a walk, knowing I need to go for a ride or go to the gym. I have a gym membership and wasn't going. I can't believe I was paying for it and not going. And then what happens is that 10 o'clock at night, I lay back in the bed and I lay down. I said, man, I coulda, woulda, shoulda, and didn't do anything. And then you lay around and then you go to sleep. If you're fortunate enough, you can sleep the whole night. Me, I had to get up at 3 o'clock to go pee.
I have to go to the little boy's room.
And then come on back to bed and do that whole day all over again. And then on Saturday and Sundays, on the days that that I free to do things, no, it still wouldn't work out. So I just gained too much weight. Didn't like the person I was looking at in the mirror every day. And I'll tell you what happened when I had my epiphany. It was about a little less than 2 months ago, about the first week of July 2025. I went and had a medical physical exam. And I went and met with the doctor. And that doctor, the doctor said, you got high blood pressure. He says you have high cholesterol. He mentioned my gout, which I already knew about. I was definitely overweight. And the doctor looked at me right now and says, hey, you need to lose weight. He said, you're not at a healthy weight, nowhere near it. And I said, yeah, I get it. I understand, doc. And we always say every year, yeah, I get it. I understand. But this one was different because my blood pressure was higher. My cholesterol was higher. And I knew I had to do something. So went on vacation, went to Disney, had a great time. My wife and I and daughter, we went to Mexico. We did a trip we went to Mazatlan at one of those all-inclusive resorts. But in the interim, I've just made a totally life-changing focus.
And so it begins.
On living healthier, eating better, being better, getting up a little bit early, being active, and it has made a huge difference. I mean, I can see it, I can feel it over the last couple months, what it's done for my life. I am almost to retirement. I got about another 6, 7, 8 years or so before retirement, and I want to retire on a beach. You know, we all say that. We all come up with these dreams. I want to retire on an island, or I want to retire here. I want to do this. I do. I literally want to retire on the beach. And my wife looked at me. She said, how are you going to want to retire on the beach when you can't even walk up and down the beach? And I was like, man, that was
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It was true, and and I had to swallow it, and I had to take that L because she was right, and that's one of the things that had it stuck to me. And I'm just literally, I'm in this whole different realm that I wished when I was in my 40s and my 30s that I never stopped. It's too late for that. I can't change the past. You can't change the past. A couple years ago, my daughter wanted to go trick or treating. I sat on the couch. I said, "Okay, let Daddy put his shoes on." It took me 15 minutes to get my shoes on.
Hurry up, old man!
By the time I got my shoes on, my daughter got impatient. She went on down the street. She went to go and she went and trick or treated without me.
See you later, Dad.
And that hurt me a lot. And it wasn't her fault. I mean, she's just a child. But here's Daddy, overweight, bad hip, everything else, and I can't do what I need to do. And she's trusted me with everything. Her, my wife, my mother are trusting me to make the best decisions I can, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, financially, and most of all, physically. I think I'm doing a good job with all the others, but physically I failed. I get a big fat F just for fail, for fat, whatever you want to call it, it's an F. And as my mom gets older, I need to be the one that's there to be able to be there for her as she gets older. My daughter, as she's younger, I'm the one that needs to be there as she gets older to be able to just to be her father, to be in her life, to help make some good decisions. At worst, to be there physically to be able to help her do things. And my wife, without a doubt, it's my beautiful wife. I want to be able to be there for the three people that mean the most to me in my life, and I was failing them.
I will not fail you again.
And as of a couple months ago, I changed that. So what I do now is I ride my bicycle. I get up in the morning. I mean, this is Ruby is a specialized Ruby. Bought her over 15 years ago. Put a lot of miles on Ruby, but I neglected her too. I put her in the garage and stopped riding her. So I got Ruby back out,
My darling, you make me so happy.
Where have you been?
and her and I were riding. And it doesn't matter how fast you ride or how long you ride. What matters is that you ride, is that you get up. And I'm at the point now where I used to, like I'm sitting on this bench, man, I remember when you're like, oh, I know Sunday's going to be some pain somewhere. Oh. But now, since I got my hip replaced, I watch what I eat, I'm losing the weight. I just don't have a lot of those aches and pains anymore. Sometimes I get them, but for the most part, I'm nowhere near. I'm 80% better than what I used to be long time ago before I started becoming more active. Hey, it's your boy, the plus size peddler. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. It helps us to reach other people that need to be inspired, to need to be able to get up off the couch. We want to be able to spread this word.
Billy Graham style.
I'm going to take you along for my journey. I'm going to show you how I'm riding around my neighborhood, how I'm enjoying myself, how I'm becoming fit. Talk a little bit about some of the music that I like to listen to, and you'll just get an opportunity to see why I am just absolutely thrilled about what's going on, about adding life to the years that I have. As you see, I'm riding through the neighborhood relatively slow. I'm riding probably about 10 miles an hour. In my neighborhood, if I touch all the cul-de-sacs, we're looking at about 2.7 miles. It may seem like a lot, the 2.7 miles, if you haven't done it. But if you got good music to listen to, time goes by relatively fast. I'm from Detroit, so I listen to a lot of 70s and 80s and 90s rap. I don't go too much past that. And by the time I find some good music that I absolutely love, I mean, just time just flies by. So I sing out loud. I know my neighbors probably think I'm crazy, but I don't worry about it. I'm just there to have fun. One couple groups I have on my playlist, anything by the Gap Band, uh, Brothers Johnson, Stomp. We're going to take it to the top. All right, in the neighborhood, and it feels all right. And I just groove and I just love it. And I just want to just share this with everyone that's looking to get up off the couch and have a good time. Today's sponsor is your local bike shop, Bikeland USA, located at I-45 North and Research Forest in the Woodlands, Texas, serving all of Spring, Conroe, the Woodlands, and all of North Houston. The owner, Jeff's been in business for almost 22 years, has all types of bikes for whatever your desire is. They have road bikes, electric bikes, mountain bikes, gravel bikes, commuter bikes, hybrid bikes. They even have bikes for the kids. Once you decide on what type of bike you want, get you some gear, get you a helmet, get you some gloves, maybe get you some shoes, maybe join a group ride. The owner, Jeff, would love to see you at the shop. Stop in and say hello. Tell him the plus size peddler sent you. You will not be disappointed by giving him a visit. Come on and get off the couch. Add some life and quality to your years. See what it's like to be able to breathe the fresh air, just being on your bike, enjoying the freedom. That's it.